Welcome everyone, this is the new Dacia Duster. My car is in the garage today having new spark plugs fitted because I was using E10 petrol and it's burnt the spark plugs out. All through it is a 2015 Valentine of a Fiat, is a 2015 Fiat 500L. The website says you can safely use E10 petrol in it. It developed a bad misfire. The breakdown person that come out said he's had a lot of problems with E10 fuel. Unless you've got a brand new car, don't use E10 fuel. He said it burns up spark plugs and it can knacker your engine. So luckily I got away with just burnt spark plugs. There's quite a bit of headroom in this car. Quite a nice car. It's got the roof bars. See, boot, what a big boot space. The sun is terrible, the low sun, it's reflecting off everything. I wonder what, see, quite a bit of leg room in there. That's the front. Oh, that's a beefy engine. See what it's got. I can't see if it's got a dry belt or a wet belt. It's hard to tell. Everything's all enclosed in. Not sure what size engine this is. That's your windscreen washers, your dipstick, and your fuel, your oil filler, your brake clutch fluid. The expansion tank for your coolant or antifreeze. Everything's so cramped on engines now, it's difficult to tell if it's got wet belt or dry belt. It's possibly a wet belt, so if it's a wet belt I'd recommend getting that changed every 20,000 miles or every 3 or 5 years. I like this car. It's quite a nice car this. It's loads of headroom. It's a good drive as well. I've got myself a phone holder. I think I've preferred, if I could have got a clamp that clamps to the headrest so you could get a view of me driving, but unfortunately I have to make do with that. But that'll do. It's a good car to drive, so we'll take it. Give it a drive. Take it for a drive. If you know what size engine it is and if it has 3 or 4 pistons or wet belt or dry belt, please let me know in the comments below. If it's a wet belt, then yeah, don't get it changed. Ford recommend changing a wet belt every 70,000 miles. I would not. I would ignore that. If you have a Ford EcoBoost, then you probably wouldn't reach 70,000 miles on a wet belt. Especially if you don't do many miles. If you do a lot of miles, then you might do. But if you don't do many miles, your wet belt will rot away with the oil on it. It's a stupid design. They, instead of having a dry belt like Valentine of a Fiat, they place the belt inside the engine and it goes through the sump and it's soaked in engine oil and the rubber rots. The belt just rots. So if you do a lot of miles, then yeah, you possibly might reach 70,000 miles, but I would change them every 20,000 miles personally myself. Or if you don't do many miles, then every 2 or 3 years or something, or every 5 years, whichever, I'd probably every 2 or 3 years get the belt changed. ask the mechanic to look at the belt when he's got it off, or when she's got it off, and give their opinion. Look at whether it's got many cracks in it. If it hasn't, then next service maybe you could go a bit longer before changing the belt. But if you're someone if you're an old person who just takes the car out once a week on a Sunday to the shops, I'd get it changed every few years, because you'll find the belt will snap with age more than mileage. If you do a lot of miles, then every 20,000-30,000 miles get that belt changed. Ideally, if you can get a car with a dry belt, that's even better. Ideally, I want to turn around and go back towards the motorway. I've turned the music down because YouTube don't allow loud music. Or is it getting infringement? Copyright infringement. I'll turn round in Tabley. So a nursing home in there as well. There's an historic house. I've been here, it's a nice house and a lot of history. I don't know if it's open in the winter. It's highly likely it's closed for winter. I don't know, I'm not sure if this is rear or front wheel drive. I'll assume it's front wheel drive car. I'm going to turn around here. Moving, get on the soft grass. It's got a very good high ride height, this car, so no, it didn't slip, so it might be front wheel drive. If my knees weren't bad, I'd get down underneath it with the camera and have a look, see if it's got a prop shaft, and more than likely front wheel drive. I'll research that later. Find out the engine size on the number plate on .gov site. I like the ride height of this car. Take a roll in first gear. Camera might be a bit jumpy because it's not really a high-speed camera, it's just my mobile phone in a phone holder on the windscreen. Set low down close to the dashboard. What is 6 to 4th? acceleration, balance the car. It's a pokey car, this. The acceleration, it's impressive. Must have a turbo, I reckon. Valentina doesn't have the turbo, so it doesn't have that swift acceleration. I bought this phone holder today just so I could legally do a driving video. I'm actually quite impressed with this phone holder. It's quite good, so I'm going to put it into Valentina permanent. But hopefully I'll see if I can get a camera pole or something and a decent camera for doing driving videos. Allow 4 clicks of the indicator before I pull out, just to allow others to know what I'm doing. And the Skoda behind still didn't fail to see that, just accelerates. Well, I did see me and put the foot down to try and cause an issue. Now it's swerved back out in the outside lane. What awful driving. Oh, he's looking for trouble. He's got issues with himself. He's got a poorly brain. You know, he was in the outside lane. He saw my indicator, and as I moved to a middle lane, he swerved into a middle lane behind me. Look how close that lorry is to a Range Rover in lane 1. That is disgusting. So-called professional driver. I'm doing now what you call hopping. The Met Police, when they train the police officers, they call it hopping. Leaving a gap to your left to swerve if the shit hits the fan. So let the car in front do its overtake and then move on to the next gap, do the overtake. I'll hold back a bit here. The black car finished its overtake and then move forward a bit more. That's called hopping, or driving staggered. On the motorway they call that hopping, where you hop overtake. So it's a bit like overtaking on a two-way road. You look with your eyes, not with your right foot, like a lot of drivers look with their right foot. They swerve out and accelerate at the same time. There's something coming the other way, and then you hit the brake, swerve in and make themselves look like a sausage. Instead of just moving out like this. So it's a two-way road. Imagine this is a two-way road. I've just moved out, I've gone for the view, it's clear, and then go for the overtake. And then you move in. Well, if it's still clear, yeah, you can overtake the second vehicle. The black Mondeo, he's not a very good driver. He's just tailgating now, he's just swerving. He's swoop overtaking instead of box overtaking. Now lane hoppers are out of the way, I've got an overtake on. So look with my eyes, not the accelerator. The overtake's not on, so I'm going for a view. Mirrors. Let the white car overtake and then on the power. I'll switch it into eco mode. There we go. It's still very good acceleration even in eco mode. I'm staying out here because these cars are moving out. I don't know why the black car's moved out there for. Oh, what's this BMW doing? I'll stay here for now. There's no one behind me, so I'm not impeding anyone. I don't think a lot of drivers know what they're actually doing. They're just swerving lanes for the hell of it. I've got the BMW behind now. He's in lane 4, same lane as me, and he's not overtaking. He's lane hogging. Over, spot the gap. I don't move in towards the side of vehicles, spot the gap and move in into the gap. So if he's something harder like he's doing now, I'm going to take lane 1. Match my speed to the heavy, so I'm following, not catching up with its back end. Left indicator, I'm coming off here. The 3 marker, 2 marker, and there's a 1 marker. It's an impressive car, it's eco mode, and it's got the acceleration you need. Not sure if it's a 1 litre turbocharged engine or whether it's a bigger engine. I'll find out later. I'll do some research, or I'll ask Arnold Clark when I take the car back when the car's ready. Hold back behind this lorry so I can see the view if anything's coming. So, and indicate left. A little bit of acceleration, balance the car so it's not rocking from side to side like a boat. Already I'm at the 40 speed limit then. You don't realise how quick these things accelerate, these modern cars. They're pretty quick. And it doesn't have that 3-piston rattle, so it might be a 4-piston engine this. It doesn't give that 3-piston like Citroens do. It's, you know, nice, smooth and quiet. That's 40 mph in 5th gear, 6-speed gearbox. It will probably run in 6 footers at this speed. I'll show you an advanced driving tip. Move up here. Just what I learned from a retired police. Oh, there's a van there, so I won't do it. Stay in my lane, indicate left. You can take the straight line through, but only if safe, legal, and an advantage. See there, it would be pointless doing a straight line, and it would only confuse that van driver who was giving way from the left. So it's change of plan there. Handbrake on, neutral, auto, stop start, engine off now. I wish my Fiat had auto stop start. Some Fiat 500Ls have, and 500s have auto stop start, but mine is not equipped with it. Get up to speed a bit and I'll go second to fourth. That's it. Block change. Watching that car in front, because they look like they were going to stop when there's nothing there. You know, annoying drivers do that. There's nothing to the right and they just stop. Don't know why that bin lorry did that. I'd like some advice from driving instructors on this one. This lane left and straight on, that lane straight on. Someone told me to go right, you should be in the outside lane, but you can go do it in the left lane. I'd like your driving instructor's opinion on this one, so I'll show you what I do. Obviously if it's congested and the right lane's clear, I'd use the right lane. So come round here, use my mirrors and I'll indicate right, then left indicator. So that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching my channel. Let's head off towards Lee now.